Hey all you cool cats and kittens, and welcome back to another one of my videos. So glad you made it. Thanks for giving me a here. I really appreciate it. We are very close to 100 subscribers. So do me a favor and go ahead and give me a little click on the subscribe button, all right? And today's project is going to be building an all wooden bed frame. Now, I will be using full bed dimensions for this bed frame, but as long as you know the dimensions of your mattress, you can pretty much build this for just about anything. Now, we are outside, if you didn't notice. I built a little kind of makeshift workshop here under my little gazebo. I did take down my hammock, so drop me a big, fat, nasty like for being outside. Let's get to it. Okie dokie. You guys know how much I love a good sketch. Here is our basic parameters that we need to follow. This bed frame is going to need to be 19.5 inches high. It's a full bed, so the length will be 75 inches. The width is going to be 54 inches. Now, the minimum underbed storage that I was tasked with was at least a 7-inch margin. That's just so bins and things can fit in there. Things that I already had before starting were 7 of these 54-inch slats. These were my materials list for when I went to the lumber store. For this build, we're gonna need 2 2x6s at 75 inches, 2 2x6s at 54.5 inches, roughly around there. 4 4x4s cut at 19.5 inches. Those will be our legs. We're gonna need 2 2x2s at 67-ish inches. I'm also going to include 1 2x4 at 74 inches. That'll pretty much be the whole length here, and that'll fit into these little channel pieces, pockets, which it'll rest on, and that'll just give the bed a little bit extra support. This is kind of our mock-up of what we're going for. This will include slats on top, and that's where the mattress will go. All of this came to a grand total of $86.85. I'm sure you can get it for cheaper. I went to Almquist Lumber Company. They have a lot of quality stuff for pretty high prices. Let's get started building, huh? What I've done is just moved my material out here. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to mark it up and chop it to size. For just about all of my material here, I am using North American Douglas fir. I like this wood. It was nice and dry at the lumber store. It was also very cheap, and it's going to hold the stain pretty well. Whatever wood you want, whatever budget you have, use fancier stuff, whatever. I don't really care actually, but this is what I'm using. So I'm going to get these chopped up and then get rolling with the rest of this stuff. All right, gang, so I just finished chopping these suckers up. We got our 2 pieces. I actually went with 54 1/4 for the width sections. That'll make a little bit more sense once we get the slats involved. Those are all 54 inches exactly. I kind of have to work around those. And so that little 1/4 inch will give us an 1/8 on either side. It'll be real nice for that just to pop right in there. These 2 are both 75, the ones on the bottom here, those 2x6s. The offcuts that I had from earlier, I'm actually gonna notch these out, and that's what our little, whatever the middle piece is called, like the center slat guy, center support section, they're gonna slot right into these. I'll make a little notch out of there and it'll fit right in. It'll be great. So with the legs, which are 19.5, what I actually ended up doing was I notched out a section right here, if you can kind of see that. This section is going to fit perfectly on our 2x6s, and so it'll go boom, and then it'll let me get it, hold on, that will fit right in there, and so it'll give a nice flush look on the outside of the bed frame. I'm only doing this on one side to give a small section of space for the end board to be on, and it'll give it a little bit more room at the end for furniture to kind of cut in, and it can press better on the wall. Next up, I'm gonna go ahead and sand all these down. I'm gonna stain them, and then, shit, we're gonna put this damn thing together, guys. Yes, let's go. And then we'll have a bed frame. So let's just, I guess, cut to that then.
All right, it's day 2, and it's time to sand.
It's day 2, and it's time to sand.
Okay,
Oh, update time. All right, I think where we last left off was we're getting started with the sanding. Sanding has happened. We are sanded. I went with just 100 grit real quick over everything. I'm not going for like a super smooth finish or anything like that. If you want something a little more shiny, I'd recommend probably hitting it with like a lower grit and then work your way up to something a little bit higher, nice and smooth. Next up, what I did was I put on a coat of stain, did kind of like 1.5 kind of coats to the color that I wanted. What I'm using for this stain is Minwax's Golden Pecan 245. Tastes great, stuff's awesome. It looks really nice. I think it's just kind of a nice bright color. If you're going for something a little darker, you know, absolutely throw on some more. I don't know, to do a different color. Whatever. Make sure you wipe off any excess of the stain. Next, I think tomorrow we're gonna be tackling getting the polycrylic on, and then the thing's gonna be ready to roll. I only went with stain on all the visible sections. The center kind of spine deal, that I'm just leaving bare wood because it's not gonna be visible. Same with the slats, anything like that is not gonna be needed to have a nice, beautiful Golden Pecan 245 on it. So yeah, that's where we're at for today. Okie dokie, day number 3. We let the stain dry overnight. I think on the can it says to dry for, you know, at least like 4 hours or something. I just gave it a whole evening, because why not? Next up, we are going to be applying our polycrylic. I'm using Minwax's water-based polycrylic. It's the clear semi-gloss. I think that'll give us the desired effect here. I don't know, I think we're ready to roll. Don't make fun of my gloves, because I will cry, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and get started with this, and then I'll catch up to you again in a little bit. I do need a can opener. I'm gonna go grab a can opener. All right, gangsters, so update. Polycrylic has been applied on everything. I did like a, you know, kind of like 1.5-inch coats on everywhere to make sure it looks nice. Fun, hot little tip when you're applying polycrylic, once it dries, in between your layers, if you grab a piece of sandpaper and use the back side of it instead of the scratchy side, back side, just the papery side, what you can do is use that as a mild abrasive, and it kind of knocks down all the little, you know, the dust particles and little hair and stuff that gets caught in between on your polycrylic. So if you just run that over everything, kind of gives it a nice little, extra little shine factor, which everyone appreciates. I have one more edge to do, so I'm gonna let this stuff dry on this stuff. I'm gonna flip it over like that and then do it one more time and then let it dry. I love woodworking. I mean, most of it's just waiting around. It's great. And then I swear it's gonna, then we're actually gonna be done. All right.
Tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Day 4. We are in the garage. We're pretty darn close at this point. Polycrylic went freaking fantastic last night. It's looking very nice. Next up, I'm gonna do a quick dry fit. And then after that, it's time to glue it and screw it. We're getting real close with this, all right? Let's do it. You know, I think it might be a little more comfortable when there's a mattress on it. Okay, look at that. We are done. We're done. That feels really good to say that. Things I did off camera since the last time we were chatting was I put it all together basically. As you saw in that last clip there, I took some Velcro that I had left over from a different project and I just tacked it on there. I did it with nails, but a staple gun would be a lot easier. But Alex, you have my staple gun. You know who you are. Kidding, I'm not mad. But yeah, a staple gun would be good. I glued on the legs and the rails. The ends I did not glue. That is so I can take it apart and then transport it and put it together again at Malia's house. Malia, I think you're really gonna like it. That's my lovely girlfriend. I'm excited to see her reaction, and you'll see it too. I'm sure I'll record some of that. But for now, I really need some food. I'm starving to death. Or I'll just maybe take a little nap right here. Yeah, let's get to that.
Ben is a master carpenter, 10 out of 10.
That's perfect.
Woo!
Yeah.